Have you ever trusted someone so completely that you handed them everything, your money, your heart, your future, only to watch them vanish overnight? What if the kindest thing about you was the exact thing a stranger was counting on? This is the story of how one woman lost everything to a smile, and how she got herself back. He used me and threw me away. That is the hard truth of my story. He treated me like a toy, something fun for a while, then threw me away like trash. My name is Lily. I am 25, and I work in a flower shop in a busy city. It is not mine yet, but I dream of it every day, a small corner shop with my name painted on the window. Flowers bloom slowly, I always believed. I thought love should bloom slowly too. It started on a sunny afternoon. The shop was busy when the door opened. A tall man walked in, dark hair, a warm smile, a blue shirt that looked expensive. "I need flowers for my mother," he said. "It is her birthday." I helped him choose pink lilies. For 1 second, another customer bumped his shoulder, and his smile disappeared completely, cold and sharp, before returning just as fast as it left. I told myself it was nothing. "Everyone gets annoyed sometimes. You are very good at this," he said. "What is your name?" "Lily," I answered. "I am Ryan," he said. "It is nice to meet you." He paid, lingered a moment longer than necessary. "Lily, would you like coffee tomorrow?" No one had asked me so directly before. "Okay," I said. I would like that. That night, I called my best friend, laughing about the handsome stranger with the beautiful smile. She would remember that smile very differently, only a few weeks later. "Be careful," Nora said on the phone. "Take it slow, Lily." "I know," I said, though I was already imagining more than I should have. Over the following weeks, Ryan did not rush me, and that made me trust him more. He remembered I mentioned my birthday once, and showed up with a small bouquet of daisies exactly on the day. He helped an elderly woman carry her groceries outside my shop without knowing I was watching from the window. Small things. Believable things. He met Nora for coffee one afternoon. Afterward, she called me, unsure. "I looked him up online," she admitted. "I could not find much, no photos with friends, no old posts." "Maybe he is just private," I said. "Maybe," she said slowly. "But something feels a little off, Lily." I cannot explain it. I did not want to hear it. He asked about my dream that week, the little shop with my name on the window. "I want to help you get there one day," he said, and I believed every word. Once, I asked him about his family, his childhood, anything real. He changed the subject smoothly, mentioning a meeting he suddenly remembered. I noticed it. I chose not to notice it. 2 months in, I told him I loved him. "I love you too, Lily," he said, and I let myself believe love could really be this easy. Then, one evening, his voice changed completely, and he said 4 words that quietly started the end of everything. I need to tell you something. We sat at my small kitchen table. I need to tell you something, he said again, softer this time. It is about my business. I waited, my stomach tightening. The bank problem is worse than I said, he continued. I might lose everything I built. I am so sorry, I whispered. Is there anything I can do? No, he said quickly. I will sell my watch. I will find another job. I will figure it out somehow. I will not let this touch you. I admired that, his pride, his refusal to ask. Over the next days, I watched him grow thinner, quieter, more exhausted. I offered again. He refused again. I will not take your money, Lily, he said firmly. That is not who I am, but watching him struggle hurt more than anything. Finally, one night, I pushed an envelope across the table myself. Please, I said. Let me help you the way you have helped me. He stared at it for a long moment before his eyes filled with tears. $4,800, Lily. That is everything, isn't it? That is my shop, I admitted quietly. But you matter more right now, he kissed my hands. I promise every dollar back, next month. I believed him completely, because he had made me believe, slowly, patiently, one small kindness at a time. Rehook. I gave him my dream that night without a single doubt. I would not understand what I had actually done until 3 days later, when the calls stopped completely. For 1 week, everything felt perfect again. Then his calls grew shorter. His texts grew colder. I cooked his favorite dinner one evening, chicken with lemon, and waited. 8 o'clock. 9. 10. The food went cold on the table, untouched, while I stared at my silent phone. I hope you are okay, I texted. No answer. I waited at the small cafe where we always met on Saturdays, watching the door for 2 full hours, ordering nothing, hoping. He never came. I went to his apartment. An old neighbor answered instead. He moved out yesterday, she said gently. Took his bags and left. My legs gave out beneath me right there in the hallway. His number no longer worked. Not available, the voicemail repeated. Over and over, until I stopped calling completely. He used me, I whispered to my empty apartment. He used me and threw me away. Nora came immediately, holding me while I finally let myself cry. I looked him up because something felt wrong, she said softly, and I still could not stop it. This is not your failure, Lily, it is his. The next morning, I forced myself back to work. Mrs. Bennet noticed instantly. You carry a heavy stone, Lily, she said. I told her everything. Pain visits everyone, she said, taking my hands. But do not let him win twice. He already took your shop. Do not let him take your fire too. Her words lit something in me that grief alone never could, and within days, that spark had a name. Anger. I stopped crying the way I had been crying and started moving instead. I deleted his photos, one by one, each one a lie I had believed completely. I threw away the dried daisies he once brought me, the ones I had foolishly kept in a drawer. I started a new jar for my shop, empty, but mine, anger became fuel instead of pain. I picked up extra shifts at the flower shop, arriving earlier, staying later. During lunch breaks, I sketched shop designs on paper napkins, the same old dream, rebuilt slowly from nothing. Mrs. Bennett gave me a small promotion, weekend manager, and one quiet afternoon told me, "You are not behind, Lily, you are simply starting again, and starting again is still moving forward." Not standing still, Nora came by most weekends, no longer just giving advice, but sitting beside me while I counted coins into the new jar, laughing softly at how careful I had become, checking prices twice, asking questions I never used to ask. One evening, cleaning behind my dresser, I found a photo I had missed, Ryan laughing at the park, his arm around my shoulder. My hands shook. For one dangerous moment, I almost reached for my phone, almost dialed the number I knew no longer worked, just to hear his voice explain everything away one more time. Instead, I sat on the floor, let myself feel it fully for 5 full minutes, then tore the photo in half and dropped it in the trash where it belonged. Months passed. Winter turned to spring, then slowly toward summer. My jar filled bit by bit, coin by coin, bill by bill. It was not $4,800, not yet, but every dollar inside it was real, honest, and entirely mine this time, earned with my own 2 tired hands. Rehook. Then, on an ordinary afternoon, buying apples at the supermarket, I heard a laugh I would recognize anywhere, and everything I had rebuilt was about to be tested. I turned, and there he was, Ryan, holding hands with a young woman with long blonde hair, showing her a box of chocolates like he once showed me. My whole body went cold. He saw me. His smile vanished, his face draining of color. The woman noticed his sudden panic. "Ryan, are you okay?" she asked. "Hello, Ryan," I said, my voice steady despite my shaking hands. "Do you two know each other?" she asked, confused. "Ask him about the flower shop savings he borrowed and never returned," I said calmly. Her smile faded instantly. "What is she talking about?" she asked him. Ryan opened his mouth, but nothing came out. For the first time, I watched him have absolutely nothing to say. "We should go," he finally muttered, pulling her arm. She did not move right away. "Lily, please," Ryan said quietly, almost pleading, "let me explain." "You already did," I said. "The day you disappeared." She looked at me, really looked, and I saw something shift behind her eyes. "Thank you," she said quietly. Before he pulled her toward the exit, I stood there, watching them disappear, feeling something I had not expected. Not victory. Just peace. A week later, an email arrived from an unknown address. Subject line: I am sorry. I looked at it for a long moment, then deleted it, unread, unanswered, unnecessary. That afternoon, I walked into my own shop, still small, still not quite ready, but mine, and for the first time in over a year, I bought myself flowers, a single bouquet, just for me. No occasion. No apology needed. Just because I finally remembered I deserved them. I am Lily. He did not throw me away. I simply chose, finally, to pick myself back up. Flowers bloom slowly, and so did I. Even after being crushed, I learned life can still bloom again.